looking really good. Their defense is looking really good as well.
Yeah.
Their secondary is still pretty suspect. I think you're going to have to, if you're Jackson, you need to be decisive. Here's what I was getting at before you came in. My thing was that you saw Jackson go out there and do some things that we were very concerned about in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Like what? Like throwing the ball to get people open, getting the ball out, and anticipating where the guy was going to be, and the ball's in his hands before he turns around. As he's turning, it's boom, it's there. These are the things that I wrote that down specifically in the very first part of the game. I was like, ooh, look at this. So he goes 3 for his first 3 on third downs, runs one of them, but 2 of those passes were perfect on time. He knew that where the receiver was going to be, and the ball was in their hands.
No, he did that great, man. He did it great.
I mean, you got to say what you got. I mean, obviously the pick 6, you don't want to see that. But other than that, and I mean, and that's a egregious foul. You got to do better. This is still a guy that's got to go through his, and I'm going to tell you this, for everybody that wants to sit here and say stuff about Michael Hawkins, what do you think he's going to go through when he gets in? If you pull Jackson out right now, he's got less experience.
Yeah.
And I know that we want to think, well, he's dynamic. He's a lot faster. Look, Jackson had some really good runs today too.
Yeah.
He ran the ball in twice. He had 2 touchdown runs. He had a 50-yard run that looked like he was going to get away from that guy too. Yeah. Look, we can say whatever we want, and he is progressing though. And if you look at that, I don't know how many of you guys saw that, and I'll go ahead and pull it back up because I put it on this morning with Coach I. But you got to put this into perspective of what he has done, and in relative to other like 5-star guys or studs, guys that have won the Heisman, right? Coming into the game, he already had 676 yards in his first 3 starts. Now, one of those, of course, being last year in the bowl game. He hadn't been the starter all year, and they had a makeshift offensive line then too. But those 4 interceptions, he's now got 5. But, still 676 yards. He's thrown, I think coming into the game, he was number 6 in the country in touchdowns?
Yeah.
Look, we can sit here and split hairs, but look at where Dylan Gabriel was against FAU, Stanford, and Pitt. 59.3. Yeah, he had an 8-2. Caleb Williams, obviously that's, a little different, but he played TCU, KU, and Tech.
Yeah.
And the KU game was, the Tech one too. He was Superman incarnate there. Spencer Rattler comes in. He had 10-4. Jalen Hurts, look at this. First 3 games at Alabama, he's at 61%. He only had 4 touchdowns. Kyler Murray, same thing. Of course, that was at Texas A&M. Baker at Tech, that's a hell of a way to start off as a true freshman as well, and that's what he basically did. And then Quinn Ewers, I mean, look, Quinn did not come in. I mean, you got to think about where Quinn was that first year. They went 8-5?
8-5.
And he lost games with the lead, well into the third quarter. Hell, he had a double-digit lead 2 minutes left in the third, and they lose by 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
So it's a 23-point turnaround at Okie Light. The other games, I mean, there were some games that he just was not good. These guys have to grow into it right now. They have to do it. And believe me that if Arch Manning is going to stay in when it comes up against some of these good teams, he's going to go through his growing pains too. They all do. I mean, you can all you got to do is look at this and see that it's not, not the easiest thing in the world to do. Look at Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels and these guys. Bryce Young is probably the only one that you've seen come in here and not really screw anything up, but that was one of their better teams. That was the year he won the Heisman.
Yep.
So it is what it is, and also he had time to sit behind and kind of not have to worry too much about that. In the end, guys, it's just something. And shout out to George Stoya for putting that out there. It's great information, something to look back on and realize that there is no shortcuts to this thing, man. Not at this level.
No. I'm trying to get Sooner Legend. Sooner Legend had a good point. He was like, one of the biggest things that we complain about the last 2 games is third down proficiency and everything, and they were 5 or 6 in the first half on third down. So they're making. I mean, when you texted me the starting lineup today, I thought I think that's a pretty good lineup, but they're still young, still young. A lot of the guys and everything, Bill is still moving pieces around. Hopefully by next week we'll have everybody that's supposed to be back. We still didn't see Nick today. We thought
Yeah, and
Nick
he
was
was in
going to go.
uniform, but I don't know why he wasn't. They should have gotten him some reps. It felt like,
Yeah, I mean something. I mean, but I don't know. I guess they thought maybe we can get out of here without you know causing any more injury. I think that they're saving Andrell Anthony and Nick for next week, which I think is a bad idea because I at least want them to have some type of cohesiveness and everything when they come in, some type of route running. I mean, game time is different than practice time.
Sure.
You would love for them to have game time. So I I really don't know, man. Like I said, I don't know if something really is wrong with Nick and he just don't want to get him in the ball game or what. But I thought he was going to get in the ball game. I think if Nick would have played, the score would have been a lot different than what it was.
Sure. Well, I mean, they have to think about, and I think that John said in here earlier in the show, he's like he feels like that they're not using Deion Burks in the correct way. I'd love to hear what you have to say about that, but I don't know I don't see him producing a whole lot either. And I know he's dropped some balls too, and there's been some that look. We could sit here and blame everything on Jackson if we want to, but they haven't exactly, helped him out a whole lot in certain instances. And here's the other thing. I understand that Taylor Tatum is not great in pass pro. You got to have that dude in the game.
You have got to.
If I don't care if where you put him, put him in the 12 personnel. Do whatever, do use 2 running backs. I don't give a shit what you do.
Yeah,
find somebody else to do the blocking, but have him in. He is a different cat.
Yeah, he's a different. I mean, a different gear. Plus, he's a little bit more physical than people give him credit for and everything. That
he is.
But that catch out in the flat, and he turned, and I mean, we saw the acceleration. So he's not a slow guy like everybody was saying. He's a slow guy.
Oh no, he's not slow. Sometimes they just look like it because they're that smooth. All you got to do is watch the little white lines; they disappear.
Yeah, they call that makeup speed. That's what we want to call it. Is that he can make a distance? He can create that distance from a guy, but we need to put him in a package to where he's on the field when Barnes is on the field. Those two on the field, because for some reason when they was in the game together in the two back package, we were moving the ball, we were running the ball, because now the linebackers can't blitz the A gap. They can't blitz up because now you got backs that could go out in the flat. So now you keep everything basic and you can move the ball. But I saw a lot of missed assignments on the line going for a block and the defensive guy go around them and then they come for a sack. So it's just little bitty things, man, that no one is going to break down the tape. But I'm going to break it down tonight again, like I always do, man. I might send you a few things like I always do, but it's basic stuff, man, that we're missing. It's little things make it look so big, but it's not a major overhaul or fix. So if we get the line under control, because the line we're missing some key blocks, and I think that's why Bill was on the ask and everything, is that the basic blocks that they were missing. Because I love for a team to blitz me. I love for a team to blitz.
Yeah, you throw it where the blitzer came from.
Hey, put the tight end there and do a 5-yard curl where that guy just blitz from, and you will nick them down the field, and you will make them start blitzing like that. So little bitty things, and like I said, Jackson has to see that, and that comes with experience. When you have an experienced quarterback, he will see that, and I think Jackson, he's going to get there. I think that he's trying to overthink and try to make perfect plays.
I think that he improved on that day though, Coach, right? I mean, I saw improvement there. I'm not freaking out on this. Damn, they're still down 6-3. It's just halftime now.
But Kirby going to turn it around. I thought that Missouri was going to lose.
They should have. They
And
should have. They're not that good, man. I've seen them 2 weeks in a row
look,
now. I don't think much of them.
Boston College, I don't know what O'Brien, Bill O'Brien did to
Mhm.
where he just decided to take his foot off. I do not understand this. If I got you down, I'm going to keep my foot on your neck. I'm not going to give up. Because when you start running these conservative plays, run, 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 punt, run, 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 punt, don't get me on that, man. Because I've been mad all day because I wanted they ass to lose so bad, and I feel so bad for South Carolina, man. If
Oh,
Sellers didn't if
dude.
Sellers didn't if Sellers didn't go out, they was gonna blow that game wide open.
Yeah, because once the other kid came in, they couldn't throw anymore.
He
I
couldn't
mean,
throw the
that
ball in the
guy can't
ocean.
throw. He can't throw the ball in the ocean, man. And the one that he did complete, they had their lineman down the damn field. On that 2-point conversion, that would have been the difference in the game too. And they had their lineman down the damn field. He ain't that. Look, you got to have a guy like Lenoris, but look at that defense. You want to talk about a team that's in trouble, folks. Watch some of these other SEC programs that we're worried about that we seem to. Now, I'm not saying that it's not going to make it a hard game going into Death Valley. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm telling you is LSU is cooked.
Yeah.
They can't stop a runny nose. They can't. Look at the big plays that Lenoris had a 75-yard touchdown run right away. Then what? You had a 60 something yarder from what was the running back? Rocky Sanders. Yeah, he had a long one. I mean, every time you turned around, they were running one in from way out. And I mean, they were one-dimensional, and they still weren't stopping them.
No.
And that first interception that Lenoris threw when they were up 17-0, I was like, bro, what the hell is that?
I don't know what he was. I don't know what he saw in his progression and everything, but
me neither.
It'll be all right, man. It'll be all right. But yeah, I mean, but come on, man. We can sit here and say about Kent State and Tennessee. Their coach that used to be the great coach there who went to Colorado, they're not there. Kent State is terrible now. Kent State is worse than Temple.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we talking about? Yes, Tennessee is going to score 65 points on them, but I mean, I know it is what it is. I mean, 65 points in the first half, and what's they going to do? Take everybody out and put your backups in because you got a big game here next week.
Huh? You do. And guys, Sooner Cowboys, you already coming in here doing this doom and gloom shit. Take that elsewhere. Don't start that shit within here. I'm not doing it with you. I mean, I can't understand why every little thing is you really think that they're going to go out here and nobody else is really moving the ball very much. They let them move it a little bit today. Yeah. And that guy's a dynamic player, that quarterback. Nico's not any better, and he won't. I'm telling you, they've still been vanilla as all hell on the defensive side. I do think that there's some things that they need to do as far as, it seems like that they get lulled to sleep a little bit, some of them, right, in the back end of it.
Yeah.
The other thing I'd like to see them do is to damn press on some of these freaking receivers. Stop lining up 8 yards off the freaking football.
Yeah. I think that's going to happen here next week.
I think it is too, though. I think that they haven't shown that on purpose for a lot of things. There's not going to be anything that. And what is this? A true. What did you say? A true rivalry? Who? Kentucky and Georgia? Bro, what are you just talking to talk now? Whoop-de shit. It's Kent State. So what?
Kent State.
A true rival game, bro.
All their guys when their coach left to go to Colorado last year.
They are going to make
everyone.
Yeah.
So take it, but to their point, Jason, they're doing what they're supposed to do. Go in there and beat up on the team, get out without getting hurt, getting any injuries, and let that be it. But the real test is next week. How many times have we seen teams go in there and blow somebody out, and then next week they struggle?
Yeah.
No one would have thought Georgia would be down 6-3 at halftime against Kentucky, who got the crap beat out of them by South Carolina
last week. They got just broken against. I mean, South Carolina had their number the last few years, but And I mean, that sucks for them to lose that game because they had every reason to win it. But that just goes to what was I saying earlier? I mean, Stat Guy was saying it's not a Beamer thing; it's just a South Carolina thing. No, it's a Beamer thing.
It's the Beamer thing, man. He look, I my neighbor, Gamecocks fan, man. He was over here crying, and I was rooting for him because I wanted him to win. And he said the thing. He said the key word. He said South Carolina is not used to this. They're not used to being this good this early. They don't know how to win. And a lot of teams don't know how to do that. If you don't have a winning culture, you don't know how to win. And when you're up, you're so happy and you so, excited that you tend to lose the basic fundamentals of doing the right thing, and then you end up losing the ball game. South Carolina should not have lost that game, even when the quarterback did go out. You were running the ball all over them. Why would you try to do anything different? So, because that running back from that transfer from Arkansas, he was just killing LSU.
Oh,
So,
dude, no doubt. Well, I mean, they were giving up huge plays all day, and that's the other thing is South Carolina had a much better defense.
Much better defense.
Once they got one dimensional, it took. But this is the kind of thing that I mean, they gave up some plays that they just had some dumb things that happened to them, and it always seems to happen with these guys. And look, all I'm trying to. Uncle Lou's about to break his TV again.
Oh man, I was watching him earlier, man. But you know what?
He was losing his shit, huh?
He's the one.
They're not.
He's the
losing,
one
bro.
Georgia fan that when they play like crap, he'll say it. He'll say,
Oh yeah, Lou.
mean,
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know about all that. Sooner
yeah.
Cowboys. I would.
I don't see them
I
losing
would.
three
I would.
games.
I
Look,
don't see them losing
the
no 3
times when we
games. Ain't
feel
no
like
way.
Georgia
They're
is going
real.
to go in there and have a tough game with somebody, they really go in there and blow them out.
Here's the thing, and it's halftime, folks. They might. Last year, I think Georgia and Kentucky, the game was close for about a quarter, and then they blew them out, 50. Beat them up.
Wow.
Same thing with Ole Miss. Guys, don't get it twisted and think that the halftime score really matters here because it don't. It don't. And I don't know about all that. Kentucky, a rival to them. Come on, that's not real. That's
No.
not real. I mean, to go back and look at the lifelong deal of it. It's just not something that ever really happens. And Georgia's had their moments where they weren't that good. They sure as hell haven't been
Yeah,
in their vicinity in the last few years for sure. But couldn't
man,
lose to
it's
Kentucky
going to change.
and in Tuscaloosa. Now they could lose the Tuscaloosa game. They could definitely lose that one. They're not losing to Ole Miss or Texas. I don't buy that at all.
No, that's the game that
I don't care about this record whatsoever. That's a no. That's
Texas.
a. You know what? They've won 3 games or 2 games in a row or 3 games in a row because of the bowl game. They're
That's going to
acting like
be
they're
the
they're
game
acting
that
like they're getting close to Bud's record. That's bullshit.
no, that's where are they now?
That is not close to that win streak. Sooner Cowboys, you trying to get booted? Regular season, that's a bullshit ass. That's a nothing record. It's the only real record is 47 in a row. Period. No losses.
Are they at 29 now, Georgia?
No, they've had regular season games. They're at 41. But
41.
what does that matter?
Yeah.
What does that matter?
Yeah.
When you've lost in the playoff, you've lost in the SEC championship game 2 out of the last 3 years. I don't give a shit about that. It's a nothing record. It's a nothing burger, a complete nothing burger. They've won 3 games in a row and they're losing right now.
Yeah. Well, here's the key thing that nobody's mentioning is that back in those days, Oklahoma was scoring in the 50s and 60s almost every game against anybody. It didn't matter who it was.
Nobody was touching them, bro. It's 47 in a row, and there was no, it wasn't a regular season thing, or it was we won 47 in a row. Come get it.
Yeah.
And I love the way that we just make shit up now. Just make shit up.
Well, you gotta look at it, Jason. Everybody has this fixation. They do not want they. I never knew how bad it was until today. How watching this game, we was out shopping, and we was at the restaurant where the SEC is real big here. I mean, you would think the ACC is real big here, but the SEC is real big here. And they had the game on TV, and I don't wear my OU gear out. I need to, but we go out and we just have dinner, and these people are going crazy. These people are like, man, we thought Oklahoma was good and this and this, and I'm like, okay,
Just wait.
just
Look,
sitting back, just sitting back,
it's
just
not
sitting back.
supposed to be a polished product today.
No.
This is week 3.
Jason,
Sheila, I
and
don't know
we are
exactly what that
keeping our
means.
guys out. We are keep. It's not like they
Yeah.
can't play. We are keeping our guys out
Mhm.
because for injury or things like that. So,
Yeah.
sorry about that. It's my grandbaby in the background. She's
She's
in
not
one of her little
bothering me.
moods.
She's not bothering me. She's all right. Okay, so they lost SEC championships. Okay, so what? Oklahoma went through and won everything. 47 in a row. This is not even kind of close to the same thing. And the fact that they keep throwing that out there just tells you, and it's not Georgia that's doing it, it's ESPN.
Oh, yeah.
It's ESPN promoting that crap, but it's crap. It's crap. You lost the SEC championship game. You didn't even play in the playoff last year. You've won 3 in a row, and right now you're behind. You know what I mean? So come on, it's such a weird, dumb little thing.
Man,
what are we talking about here? JW Crunch? Are you Jason the hater? Huh? Yeah, I'm a hater. Are you a Texas fan? I'm a hater for sure. For sure. Yeah, weak as OSU's 1945 national championship that they didn't claim until like 5 or 6 years ago or whatever. Yeah, when all the men were off at war. This is when they,
Man, look,
I always say that about that. I can't stand that Okie Light one, that they would even do that.
What is
Texas is going to be number 1.
What is your take on? I mean, if they put Texas number 1 for playing UTSA, man, come on now. At least Georgia's playing a ranked team.
Guys, are they ranked?
I think Kentucky is ranked.
Kentucky's not ranked.
They're not ranked. At least they're a Power 5.
They're an SEC school.
SEC team.
This game ain't over. But they just gashed him for another big run though. He's running the ball really well. This is what they're going to do. 47 in a row and back-to-back natties and 55 and 56. It's not close, guys. It's just not close.
Dude, we've seen this before last year with Texas. They beat Alabama and they get everybody, and then they get to the big games, and then they'll lose 1 or 2. I just don't see them beating Georgia. And regardless of how OU is playing, that defense, man, is stopping a lot of guys. And when Tulane went to their scoring their points, they went to a 12 personnel with an extra wing back behind the tight end just to move the ball. Yep. 1 receiver, and you got a 12 personnel, 2 tight ends with a wing back right behind the tight end just to run the ball to get 3 or 4 yards. So no other team is going to do that in the SEC. Everybody wants to. We know Auburn is not going to do that. We know Texas is going to want to spread the ball around the field to help Quinn Ewers get his little Heisman Trophy stats up.
I don't know if Quinn ever gets back in the game after what we just saw, after what we're seeing tonight.
Well, they're going to let him. Sark is not going to do that. He's going to let Quinn Ewers finish this year out and then bring in, Arch.
They better keep on rolling then. They better keep on rolling, because the second he starts to struggle now, and here's the thing we know about Quinn. He gets uneasy and,
yeah, throws the ball in places he shouldn't throw the ball in places.
Absolutely. He starts pressing and stuff, he's talked about it, having anxiety and all that stuff. A quarterback talking about having anxiety.
Sooner Cowboy said Ewers, I think, got a concussion.
He did. But that doesn't. The point is that Arch went in and lit it up.
Hey,
he had a 75-yard touchdown run.
Maybe you think they might leave him out for the next game? and let because the protocol is if you get a concussion, you can't play the next game.
Who is their first SEC game? That's a good
Uh,
question.
ooh, don't say Arkansas.
No, that's not till late. I think that's one of their last two or three. I had it in here. I can just pull it up.
Why are you two podcasting while our game's still what?
We're not a Texas. First and
I'm pretty
foremost,
I'm pretty sure that y'all's
you
podcast was
already
going when our game was on. I
could
mean,
give a shit about Texas. You already know this. Already know this. What are we even talking about? Oy. You know what? Here's the thing about Texas, right? It is absolutely having to deal with these people right now because they're winning against shitty teams. Big freaking deal.
yeah.
And you guys walk around here acting like it matters right now. Peaking out in week 2 and 3 don't mean shit.
Yeah.
Golly. All
So
right.
yeah,
So next week they still got Louisiana Monroe next week. And
so
then
they might let him
Mississippi
play.
State. Then Mississippi State and then the bye week before they play Oklahoma. So they really, yeah.
They might let him play next week.
Yeah, I would. Why not? I mean, you don't want to get Quinn squished. You know what I mean? If
Well, it's
I
good that
would
they're
anyway.
letting Arch play because the one thing we said before the
I
season
don't
is
know, man.
that Quinn has never played a full season. And like I said, I don't want nobody getting hurt. I don't want no young man getting hurt, but he's never played a complete season without getting hurt.
Duke, this is why they're gonna get beat again too. Because they're out there strutting and everything, acting like they've played somebody worth the shit. They haven't yet. We know now what Michigan was. I expected more out of them than what I mean. I was wrong about it. I'll say it. But you can't really strut around and act like they're that damn good whenever they aren't. Yeah, they look great against Arkansas State today. Whoopty shit. That's not the same. And they're gonna get. I mean, I think next week that they got USC. I think they have USC next week. Probably gonna see the same thing.
Man, they're
I
gonna
don't
get
know, man. You're gonna have to show something more than that.
is
Mississippi State, come on.
isn't that USC's first Big Ten game
I believe it is. I
against
believe it is.
Michigan?
Mm-hmm.
Lincoln might try to go in there and make a statement.
Yeah, Lincoln.
Hey man, that's one thing.
That's that thing's about to fall apart at some point too. We already know. Listen, the thing with them is that they have to stay healthy because they don't have the depth.
Well, at least somebody's happy today. At least coach is happy today.
Yeah, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame looked good today.
They look good. I don't know. I mean, I think they got to win out, but they look good for sure.
I don't see them
Let's
winning out.
see.
Though.
Yeah, it's SC's next week against Michigan. That is their first Big Ten game. Then they are at home against Wisconsin, who got the shit kicked out of them today by
But
Alabama. We knew that was coming.
No. Hold on. If the quarterback didn't go out, Jason, that'd have been a different game. Wisconsin quarterback got
They
hurt.
they don't have the Jimmies and Joes to play them guys.
But I
They do
understand
not
that
have the Jimmies and Joes, coach.
It was
Come on now.
6-3 when he got hurt. The next thing you know, they went one dimensional and they couldn't do nothing.
Oh, look here. Well, they were running away from them for a while. It was 28-18 was the final score.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. See, so what are we pounding our chest about there, Longhorn Nation? What are you pounding your chest about? Fuck out of here.
I mean, what they say, another field goal for Kentucky.
Mm-hmm. They did. Michigan's terrible. Aggie coming for that Bevo booty. What's up, James? Welcome to the show. I wouldn't be surprised about it.
What's your take, Jason, man? I mean, I want to get your honest opinion because someone's going to ask me tomorrow, and I want to have a good answer for them.
What's up?
What's the problem in Florida State?
There's a lot of problems at Florida State.
Is it internal?
Mike Norvell internal, you mean? Yeah. I think that their culture is trash, and they want everybody to believe that their culture is such a big thing, right? And I think it's trash, Coach. I just do, because you knew immediately when they just have not. They still haven't shut up about the fucking playoff. They just won't, right? Yeah. And then, but the thing is like what you could have done, and I get it, man. I'm not saying that it was right what they did to them. I'm not saying that, because they, but I would also tell you that Georgia should have probably been in there too. They had 29 games in a row that they had won, period, back-to-backs, and they lose one in the conference championship game, and there's some other one-loss teams going in front of them. Bullshit. There's no way that anybody else was better. They win the Natty if they go in. But if all those guys don't bolt and decide not to play even your backup quarterback, because he knew he was going to get ousted out of there, he didn't even stay.
Yeah.
None of these guys hung around, and then you get boat raced by 60. I knew it was coming, but it's weird to me. And I said the same thing to another Texas fan. We've done work with these guys before, the Lone Star guys. He was giving me shit on TikTok yesterday. We're sitting here talking about, ESPN, everybody thinks Texas is great. They're number 2 in the country. They're about to be number 1. So what? You know what else? What did they tell you before the game against Georgia Tech about Florida State? They've got the best defensive line in the country. They haven't shown that yet. And don't get me wrong, DJ's playing like hell.
Oh, yeah.
He's playing like hell.
I'm like, shit.
It's a terrible but what a shitty situation to be in. I knew when he went there it was a bad idea. And they're blaming him for it. It's not, he's not playing well. I'm not going to sit here and say that he is, because he's not. Nobody is, though. They got beat at home by Memphis. And it really wasn't close.
No, man, that game right there, I kind of figured that they would pull, I think they would pull back or get back to the basics at least against a Memphis team. But Memphis came in there with, hey, they're wounded. They're overlooking us. Let's go in here and, hate to say it, spank that ass and everything. And they went in there and done it. And I was shocked, man, because I couldn't believe the people on game day were picking Memphis to win that game outright. And I just thought, man, they got to get this win because they have better athletes than Memphis. But that's when you know, man, that hard work beats talent every day.
Coach, Mike Norvell left Memphis for FSU, and his predecessor is kicking his ass a couple of years later.
Man, that's terrible, man. That is terrible.
I don't think he's in that whole narrative about the, Alabama tried to hire him. That's bullshit. We all know that's bullshit too.
Yeah.
They got who they wanted.
He did even that because he wanted more money.
Sark said they didn't offer him. They didn't offer Sark. He said it. Yeah. And I know they didn't offer Dan Lanning either. They got the guy they wanted. They were on the plane the day he announced he was leaving. They were on the plane to Washington to go talk to their guy.
Wow.
The idea of it. Get the fuck out of here with that stuff.
And look,
look. They look good. They look good. I'm telling you this. They're a problem.
Yeah.
They're a problem.
Man, look, Milroe and everything, man, he is turning into
finding himself. He's still finding himself too, but he's that guy. He's an athlete. He's going to get it done. It's now 9-3, and Carson Beck just took a pretty good hit on that sideline. Coach I and them probably losing their shit right now.
Man, look, I'm hoping that they'll pull it out, man. But I don't know. I've never seen.
I don't care if they do or not. I don't have to care about that.
No.
It'll make the snap count fun in a little while.
Boy.
They like to
Man,
talk their crap about OU all the time.
I don't know how Shorty gonna react on that one, man. I think he's gonna have a nervous breakdown on that one.
Yeah, I feel bad for old stat guy today, man. We talked after that show this morning. He was like, man, we're close. Challenging me to a cage fight. The fuck? That's not what I didn't call you a Texas fan. When did I call you a Texas fan?
I don't think
You
you
don't
called me
want
a
none of
Texas
this,
fan.
though. I'll tell you that right now. You don't want none of this. You better pack a lunch.
And some extra Twinkies in your back pocket. Oh,
It's not
man.
just the QB, though. That's the whole thing. It's not even all about that. They're not playing well in the trenches whatsoever. They're not doing anything well, James.
Did you
I'm not.
see?
I mean, I'm not saying that DJ's playing well. He's not. Period.
I was watching that game, man, and receivers were stopped. They stopped running their routes on some plays, and I always look at how the guys come off the line to try to get a read on who's going to do what. I've always been taught if a receiver come off the line real hard and run a real hard route, he might be getting the ball. When he comes off the line and he's jogging and all that, it gives a great indication that he's not getting the ball. They were running 5 or 6 yards, man, and just stop. They weren't even running their complete routes. So I think Florida State is done.
They're running right through them right now. Georgia is, though, right now. They're driving. They're right down.
Oh yeah, they can go out here and score, man. Like I said, the plan is over.
Yeah, it's not. That's not.
So
they're probably still going to win by 3 tutties, more than one. When the walls, well, here's what I would tell you, and congrats, thanks, yeah. But Arch is the real deal. I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming, Benji. Will Quinn ever make it back into the game? Because I tend to wonder with the way Arch is playing today. Quinn might be on his way out.
He won't play the next game. He'll probably sit out against ULM. He'll probably sit out for that game.
Yeah, Bagman, I can agree with you on that part. But they were not going to go hire Mike Norvell. That guy hadn't won shit. And winning the ACC and being undefeated and in the ACC, it don't really mean what it used to.
Well, I mean, everybody is still struggling in the first half. I mean, Alabama struggled the first half for the last 2 games. So has a lot of teams, man. And look at Georgia. So on any given day, man, you can come out there and lay an egg. So it's not just certain teams; it's everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, James, that's just a Jimmy Sexton thing, man. He just got them all paid, is all that really amounted to. Because he was their agent, every one of their agents. They all got paid. But I know Sark even admitted it on that show with Keyshawn. He said they didn't offer him. And I mean, he said that he didn't want it too, but I tend to wonder whether or not. Here's the thing. Is it a better job than Texas? Probably not. I mean, you're going to get everything you need at Texas. I don't know that it really matters. Again, man, they just kicked a freaking field goal again.
Who?
Wow. Georgia. 9-6. I mean, here's what I would tell you is that it surprises me that everybody still believes so much in this guy. It does, but until I see it, I'm not going to believe it. I'm just not. I've watched him not do it for a long time. He's a great coordinator. I don't think that he holds the keys to the whole thing. Now, they've looked really good for 3 weeks. They haven't played anybody yet. They're not playing anybody next week either. Georgia was not, or I mean, Michigan was clearly not as good as everybody expected that they might be. They should definitely fall out.
They were going to be good. Oh, yeah. We just assumed they were going to be good with what they had last year winning the championship. I mean, who comes back and pretty much lose all their talent and can't even play good defense? I mean, that game was, I'm yelling at my damn TV. They're in the 12 personnel and you still in the 3-3-4 or 4-3 or 4-2-5, and they're just running the ball on the edge, and there's nothing that you can do about it.
Right.
But defensive tackle, defensive end, getting double teamed, they're just running the ball down your throat. So
yeah,
I'm disappointed.
And that's where I'm not. Obviously, they look really good offensively. We didn't expect them to miss a beat really offensively.
No.
Right. I guess some guys did. I didn't. I've been telling you that the concern should be in the secondary and in that interior of the defensive line. What they look like against these inferior opponents doesn't really mean shit when you get to the SEC. We know that.
Yeah.
We're going to see, though. I mean, there's look, I just feel like it kind of reminds you a lot of last year where they kind of peaked out at this time of year. They beat Alabama. They're pounding on their chest, all that other shit. Now, right after that Alabama game, they turned around and damn near lost to, it was either Wyoming or Rice. I think Rice was their first game. So it was Wyoming.
It was Wyoming.
Yeah. And that was at home. I mean, they ended up pulling away at the end, but there were some close games, and they almost lost to Houston too, and that was before Willie got there. So, it is what it is. And the bottom line is it's just funny to me that they really believe all the hype about themselves. They really do.
Yeah.
And the rest of the country does too. But here's what I'll tell you. And look, OU is not where they need to be. We know that.
No, they're not. No.
But this defense is going to put them in every game. They're going to have a chance to win every game. Do they win them all? Probably not. You can't expect. I don't think anybody goes undefeated this season. Not in the SEC.
Well, you got to look at it. 14 points came off of the pick six that Jackson threw. Got 6, and then Billy was in great position, but the ball was just thrown a little bit higher, and the tight end just went up and got the ball. So there's nothing you can do about that. But I love seeing the third touchdown being challenged. When they hit him at the goal line, and he thought we stopped him. This defense, man, is not going to give up points like they used to. They're not going to just give up points and everything. I mean, I love seeing the defense make the assignments, getting mad and getting angry because the guys are not lined up the right way, and Billy's getting everybody in. But when they're there, everybody's in a key spot. Everybody's in the spot where they need to be. So I think, man, Zach's going to turn it loose here next week. I think Zach is going to dial up some plays that we haven't seen yet, because Nico, man, great athlete, man, but like any freshman, man, when you come in there and you give him something that he's never seen before, it's just going to be a different turnout. For OU wasn't ready for the senior.
Stephen G, I'm not sure I understand that. Are you talking about in the mod stuff? Okay. The mobile stuff is acting up. Who are we don't worry about it. Nobody's bothering me that much, guys. If that's what you're worried, we're good. We're good. You know me. I got a hair trigger. JW Crunchy, you don't have to like it. I'll say whatever the hell I want on my show, though. Just so you understand that. I don't give a fuck about Texas.
What he said. What he said.
A flying fuck about Texas, okay? Sorry, but not sorry. When they do something, we'll worry about it. Uncle Woo probably taking shots in my dog Sterling says. Oh, dude, you guys are hilarious, man. Uncle Lou, he does have his little moments, but boy, he gets pissed off at people that on his show. It's funny.
Oh yeah.
You guys think I get pissed off? That guy is hilarious.
Oh man, he's
Bagman. This is not what we do about Sark, though. We don't do that. Don't say that stuff about Sark. He beat that demon. Got to give him love on that. I give him props for that, because a lot of people can't beat it. So let's not do that one. I never do that. They have not. When will that test be? Well, I can tell you one thing. Oklahoma they are getting better, and they should have most of their guys back by the time that game comes around.
See,
and
if Texas was
I can tell you one thing, you're not going to score like that on Oklahoma.
That's anybody, man. I'm just saying, what? So what? We've given up 19 today and 15. So we've given up 34 points in 3 games. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 28 points, 3 games. A little over
a little over 11 points.
Yeah.
A game.
And I mean, really, you had like today they gave up a couple that you're like, eh. But I got to tell you, Tulane is actually really good though. Tulane is
Tulane
good.
is real damn good.
They are
Dude,
good.
Tulane is real good.
That quarterback is a problem. And I told you, I was saying it the other day. He doesn't run to run. He runs to throw the football.
Ball. Because he had a lane that he could have
Pretty
ran, but
good
he
guy.
tried to
Oh yeah, man. No, that's not who he is. That's
duck
not
it
who
in
he
there.
is. I was expecting them to turn him over a little bit more, but they did it at the right times. And they here's the thing. There's going to be some games that you're going to give up some points. If you can just keep it under an average of around 20, you should be good to go though. That's going to put you in every game. I'm not even saying Oklahoma's going to win every game. I'm just saying you're going to have an opportunity. And they are getting better. If you look at little things, look, guys, I know we want to see this thing all come together right now and be done. The truth of the matter is that he is not on the same page with these receivers. He's not. The play calling, maybe it's vanilla stuff. Maybe it's them not wanting to show. If that's the case, come on, Seth. At this point, you need to figure this out because you're hurting his confidence. But today, the things that I saw that mattered to me was things like throwing him open. You weren't seeing him anticipate where the guy was going to be open and throwing there.
True.
And we saw him do that. And what did they have, like 5 or 6 of 7? 6 of 7, I think they were on third down in the first half.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And that's a big improvement. We want to see improvements. You got it. Do you want to see him not have interceptions? Sure. I get it. But he's got to go through his you've got a learning curve no matter who you are, and he's going to have to go through those steps. Everybody does. Everybody does, particularly when, yeah, there's a lot of talent in the wide receiver room. I don't know what the damn rotation is, though. And 5 of their top 6 are not playing. Not playing. So you're having to, he's going through all of this in games and up against that nasty ass defense during the week too. This is a trial by fire. Bishop Frank talks about it all the time. The fire test. He's getting it. And he's only going to make him better. It's only going to make him better. At the end of the year, he's going to be fine. The longer you go along, and here's the other thing, winning these games that you get tested in.
Yep.
Remember what happened with TCU a few years ago? They won 8 games in a row that they were losing at one point by double digits. 8 in a row.
Field goals. Yeah. I mean,
but it toughens you. It makes you a different dude. Man, look at what it did to I'm telling you what, I never thought that what's his name was worth a damn. Max Duggan.
Oh.
I never thought he was worth a damn. But look, it just changes things around for you, though. When you start getting these things that happen well, and I know we want to see perfection, but you got to go back and look. I just showed you guys that first 3 games for all those guys, and we're talking Heisman winners and number 1 picks and all that, and none of them started off, aside from like Caleb Williams and Bryce Young. None of them started off like a house of fire. And when you look at what Caleb Williams had, they were loaded on that side of the ball. Loaded. Great running game. They had unbelievable receivers. Oklahoma has a lot of really good receivers, but they still have to get on the same page. He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine, guys. And every year, for like 3 or 4 years now, that the transfer portal offensive line, it just takes time.
Yeah.
It just takes time, man. And yeah, there's things that I would love to see them doing a little better. Right now, they're just not as healthy as you like them to be. But I think that, yeah, I agree that, Hickman's definitely the guy you want in at center. I think he's just better. But Joshua Bates isn't killing us.
No.
He's not. I heard what dude was saying on K. Chris's show. Whatever, man. The kid's a redshirt freshman. He's doing his thing. They'll be fine. Go ahead, Coach.
No, the blitzes were coming from the outside.
Yeah.
On the tackles, and in between the tackles and the guards. So you can't. Like I said, missed assignments. That's why Bill was on their ass and everything. Missed assignments, missing blocking assignments, even from Javante Barnes. He missed 3 blocks that got Jackson sacked. So if we start to dink and dunk down the field, we'll be okay. But we are looking for the big play. We are looking for us to run our routes and everything. But if you're going to blitz me consistently, I'm just going to screen past your ass to death, or
Sure.
I'm just going to bootleg and do it in the bootleg. And then, because whenever you run play action, you really can't stop the play action if there's a running game. And the running game was in effect today. So
Mm-hmm.
we just got to start running some plays and everything, man, that's going to benefit us and give us the 5 yards. Because that first drive that we had, 14 plays, 69 yards, why do we get away from that?
Can't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Thank you, Sooner
Yep.
Legend. I've been saying it for 2 weeks. That's what people want to do. But I'm just telling you, I don't think it's as bad as people think. It's funny because if we beat Tennessee and Auburn, people still going to hype up Texas going into the OU game just because they beat Michigan. I don't know. Hey, here's the thing. You beat Tennessee, the word is out. You beat because right now everybody loves them some Tennessee.
There you go, Sooner Legend. Yeah, Sooner Legend. Bootleg screens or shuffle pass. That
Mm-hmm.
will stop a blitz
Mm-hmm.
all damn day.
I like Heath
Because
Ozida. I like Heath Ozida, Zach. I agree. Much better. I think Sexton ought to be on the tackle, though. That's the problem
exactly,
there.
he's not a
He needs
guard.
to. He's a tackle.
He is
He's going to be a number one. He's a first round tackle. Why the hell is he playing guard? It is what it is. All right, folks. Let's see what else we got. Well, this man, the third quarter went fast in the Georgia game. I think they're probably going to go a little late on the snap count. We got a little while longer to go. What else did you see today that you really thought? I mean, here's one thing I did see. You were talking about BV, and man, when they kicked that field goal, and they ran out of time and got that damn penalty. He was fucking mad.
Oh yeah.
I mean, steaming. You could see it
When
coming out of his
they
ears
got
for
a
a while.
5 yard, was it a delay a game?
Yeah, delay a game penalty, and
Oh
he
yeah.
booted it right through there as they blew the whistle. Ooh, it
Yeah.
pissed BV off, man. Ooh. You can tell it's the
Yeah.
mistakes that's bothering him. But here's the thing: he's gonna hold him accountable for that.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna hold him accountable, and this is why you know that they're gonna keep getting better because he's not. When they start getting cranky, that's when you know that they're gonna turn up the heat
Yep.
and they're gonna get better because he's tired of the excuses of, you know, you're young, you're this or that. Hey, you're in the damn game, do it right.
Did you see Chavis going crazy on the sideline?
Yeah, hey, Coach
He
Chavis.
was going
I love Coach.
crazy
I
on the
love Coach Chavis, man.
sideline.
I love me some Coach Chavis,
And then 3 plays straight, or Mason Thomas did this play.
bro.
So
R. Mason, hey, shout out to R. Mason Thomas, man. Shout out to R. Mason Thomas, man. He's
dude,
been struggling to be healthy for the last 2
yeah,
years, and we've been
dude,
waiting on this cat.
dude,
He is a bad dude. A bad dude. There was
starting
no answer for that guy. No
no,
answer for him.
no. Look, I'm just telling you. Okay, Bevo, you think
Keep
Tennessee
going.
gonna score 45 points? Okay,
Bye, Belisha.
that ain't happening, dude. This is what it is. Is that if you're not playing a great offense and a great defense, how good do you think you are? You only as good as who you play. So if you are playing a sorry team and you get this, well, we can move the ball, we can run these plays on everyone, and then you start running those plays and they don't work, what are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, man, this defense is not a joke. This defense is legit.
And
This defense is nasty and physical, man. And like I said, I'm just telling you, man,
and deep as well. And deep.
dude,
There's depth.
when R. Mason Thomas had those 3 straight, he was by the guard. He was by the tackle before the tackle even moved.
Mm-hmm.
Tackle just couldn't. I mean, it. So we
Right.
know that Tennessee has big physical linemen. Are they going to be able to stop him on the outside? Because the pressure is going to come.
If they send 10, Zach Johnson, we ain't going to run the ball. We're going to throw it right over the top of them.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that. They're not going to put 8 men in the box
Tennessee
against
hasn't given
Oklahoma.
up
They're
an
not going to do that,
offensive touchdown this season. Look what they played.
bro.
I mean, who are their first 3 games? We see Kent State, and then
Bro,
last
Kent
week,
State. Kent State has been trash. They weren't even that good when Sean was there. When Sean Lewis was there, they weren't that good. Come on, let's be real. Come on. Haven't given up a TD. They haven't played anybody yet. Who have they played?
that's okay. We'll
NC
see.
State. Okay, NC State. They don't have a defense. And yeah, they did their thing against them. But look, I'm not saying it's going to be an easy game. I think it's going to be a fun game. I think it's going to, but here's the thing. Do you think that they've shown any, because you haven't even seen them dialing up blitzes or nothing. I haven't seen a blitz hardly. They blitz 3 or 4 times a game, and it's like, but it's a basic, more like stunts than blitzes. It's not, they're not really dialing up anything to like confuse anybody really.
Jason, here's the key factor.
3rd down. I mean, you expect those ones.
Here's the key factor.
3rd and 7. Go ahead.
Every team so far has ran a 12-team personnel to stop Oklahoma from blitzing. Tennessee is not going to run a 12-team personnel. They're going to spread. They're going to spread their receivers out. 3, 4 receivers, 1 running back in the backfield. Now, when you don't have a 12-man personnel, it's crazy. They're going to be getting to the football sooner than they're normally getting to the football because they don't have those extra 2 tight ends blocking on the outside to keep everything inside. So we'll see. Yeah, that's all I can say, man. We'll see.
Gotta get better, though. More pressure on quarterback needed against Tennessee, Texas, Ole Miss, Mizzou, Bama, and LSU. Have you guys watched Missouri? Did you watch Missouri at all today? I got to tell you, they ain't that good. Just like we said, they're not.
That quarterback,
trash.
Trash. No, for God dang, brain fart. The quarterback for Boston College had a field day.
Oh yeah, ball. He did. That
he had a field day.
We knew that, and that's really kind of what Cody Schrader and that defense is what carried them last year. That and the fact they played the Sisters of the Poor schedule, kind of like what they're doing now. But I'm telling you, they're going to get I think they lose that. Who ended up winning that damn A&M Florida game today? I didn't even know. Let me look at that.
I think A&M won it.
Yikes, yeah, he got to go. Billy gone. He gone. Gotta be, right? Been waiting to see kind of what's up with that. Okay, so Georgia just took the lead. No, they didn't. They called that out of bounds? Wow. I don't know, man. I would just say, wow. South Carolina, those dudes, man. Oh, that's so brutal. Freaking Beamer. Coach, freaking Beamer. What the hell? Mississippi State getting thumped by Toledo. 38-10.
Dude, Toledo is nice.
I don't give it. Come on, man.
Toledo's
that's not
nice.
That's
it's
not,
offensive wise. It's offensive wise. That's all it is.
I understand that, but that's not okay for you to lose as an SEC program to Toledo. You shouldn't lose that game.
Well, hey, we can use what everybody else has used. Maybe they overlooked and looking for Texas.
33-20. 33-20 is what A&M won by. Damn. And okay, so now I want to look at the box score. Did Lagway play much? 13 passes, 54 yards, 1 and 2. Man, I don't understand what he's doing. Why wouldn't you just go ahead and live and die with the dude? You know what I'm saying? It's just time.
Toledo didn't. Oh, chicken, you funny.
South Carolina blew it. Yeah, they gagged all over
Oh
themselves.
yeah, like I
All
said,
over
man. Once
themselves.
Sellers went out, that was it. That was a wrap.
Missouri most overrated team. Yeah, I agree. Blue Dogs. They're definitely right up there. They're definitely right up there on the underrated or overrated category. I don't think they're worth the shit. I'm not worried about them at all. I haven't been worried about them. I'm getting to where, I mean, hell, Auburn didn't really take care of New Mexico the way that they probably should have, but at
No.
least they didn't lose like they did to New Mexico State last year.
Well, like I said, that Missouri game, man, Bill O'Brien, man, he just stopped doing the things that he got the lead on. I hate when coaches do that. They get the lead and then they get so complacent. They want to start doing basic run packages, and then you got to punt 3 or 4 times, and then you lose the momentum of the ball game. And now you're in a dogfight. I'm gonna score as many points as I can on your butt.
Michael Deesh, are you watching the? What are you doing on Twitter? You got to stay away from Twitter right now. I'm spending very little time there. Very little time there. It drives me. It's driving me nuts. Because again, this is the last time I'm going to really say anything about it. I think they're fine. I think that, look, I think they've got a real test on their hands next week. They were going to have that test whether they were firing all cylinders or not right now. The truth of the matter is you don't have all the weapons that he had getting ready for the season. He did all the guys that he was getting continuity with, getting that, knowing what each other does, throwing together, doing all that stuff. He's got to do all that stuff again. He got better today. He got better today. Touchdown, Georgia.
Yep.
Here we go. Knew that was
13-9.
Yeah. They're screwed. You know that's over. Wait a minute. Hey, look at this. UNM's in the game with Auburn right now. It's 13-17. No way. Oh, no, 31-13 now. It was saying 13-17. Okay. Yeah, they pulled away. But, man, that was not that long ago. Look, yeah, they got better. They got better. And he got better today. The fact is, he was anticipating throws. We didn't see that the last couple of weeks. Certainly not last week. He was waiting until they were wide open, and they're not wide open. Yes. You could tell that he was anticipating where they were going to be open and getting it there. The ball was coming out. Now, did he make a couple of mistakes? Sure. He also had some gutty-ass plays that he went out there and made sure, running in there and getting those 2 touchdowns. They were huge, especially that last one. That was huge, and he put his body on the line there. He got it done. I mean, he went out there and did what he needed to do. And the defense is getting better by the week. They hadn't really shown a whole lot. They're going to be in every game. They're going to have an opportunity. They really need to get Nick back, some of these other guys, but I think they're going to. And even if you don't, I mean, there's other talent there. He's just got to get, used to him and everything. And that's part of it, man. That is part of it. Coach Ricks, you're an offensive coach. Talk about that. I mean, it takes time.
You got to have a certain game plan when you go into some of these games, man. A lot of these coaches go into ball games and they have certain packages that they want to run, and they want to see how you can execute those packages. And I'm gonna tell you what happened today from what I saw, because like I said, I didn't watch the whole game. I left a little bit. I'm gonna watch it tonight and break it down. When you have a game plan and it comes in and it doesn't work, you have to scrap that real quick and then go back to the plays and everything that you know that you can run, that you can be productive on. What they did today, the first half, they had what, Jason? About what? 200 yards total? Tulane did in the first half?
Oh, yeah, they didn't do shit.
All right.
They scored right at the end of the half as they got that touchdown.
And then they came in, OU went down, kicked the field goal, and then they marched down the field and scored a touchdown. Oh. They were never in a 12 personnel the first half. They tried to run their regular offense against Oklahoma and see if they could run it, throwing long balls to Mario Williams and things like that. So when they went to a 12 personnel, that's a package that they've ran before that they're very comfortable with, and they moved the ball down on OU. But OU came back and countered that and went to a different defensive front. They went to, I think it was a 44.
Mm-hmm.
and then they started to stop that 12-man personnel. So
Sure.
offensive coach, the way I look at things is I try to exploit a defense that is giving me something. Oh, you didn't give them anything in the first half. So what they ran is pretty much things that they worked on with someone else and everything. And it happened to just work with Oklahoma. That's all.
Big fan. Tell me who you're a fan of. Are you a Mizzou person? Or are you like a Tennessee person? You talk about OU getting slapped. When's the last time y'all did shit? Before you come in, electrician Rich. I love what you're talking about here. You're crazy. That is not happening. This is a pipe dream at best. They are not going to run out of the I formation. It ain't happening.
Them days are gone.
Those days have been gone. They're over with. Now, I'd love for them to huddle up and I'd love for them to run some counters. I really would. And you can do that out of the spread too. I mean, look, that's when Lincoln is at his best, it's because he does it. You know, that's what made him the guy that he is, but that's not happening. Yeah. Wow. Another Mizzou guy that's in here telling the truth. Yeah, it is legit. And that's the thing. They're going to do what they're going to be in every game. And they're getting better. And Big Fan, you can talk all the shit you want to, but you're going to have to, better be careful because you're not going to run away from Oklahoma. Nobody's going to run away from Oklahoma.
No.
You better hope their offense stays mid. You better hope.
Man, I would have loved to seen how everything would have worked out with no one hurt. I would love to see how everything would have been played out right now if no one would have got hurt.
It's fine though. Honestly, this is how you win, man, is you get used to winning tough games. You toughen up. You get put through tests. I know one thing is any football team I was ever a part of, it was always about getting better from week to week. You've got certain things and goals that you're trying to reach. It's not just winning. It's about what you're doing and getting better at reading this and that and just improving. If you're as good as you are supposed, like Texas right now, everybody's talking about how great Texas is. They were really good this time last year too. What happened?
Yeah.
When they went up against the next two good teams that they played, they got beat.
Yeah.
They did. And because it is what it is. I'm not saying that they should run through most of this schedule. They really should. They're not going to beat Oklahoma. I'm not giving you Oklahoma at all. And I don't think you beat Georgia either.
No, I'm not going to beat Georgia.
I think that there's some other losses hanging around there to get your ass. But I'm going to tell you this. They shouldn't lose any other games. They shouldn't. Because they are nice enough. They are recruiting at a level that you don't have those excuses anymore if you're Sark.
No.
You don't have those excuses anymore.
Dylan ran for 100 and something yards against Texas last year. Jackson showed today
he could do the same.
What could
he had a 50-yard run. Mm-hmm.
And
he had a 50-yard run in those 2 touchdowns and they were gutting it out touchdown. He took hits on both those runs.
And here's the key thing. That same defense that was good last year is better this year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a good game, man. I mean, I've seen this scenario before. Or like we said, we've seen this movie before with Texas. And they go down and beat Alabama.
Me, man. You just got to prove it to me. I'm going to believe it when I see the shit. Until then, I'm not.
But they haven't been tested yet, though, man. I mean, we thought Michigan would be that test. I mean, I'm being honest. I thought Michigan.
They're throwing a shit fit the last 2 days about about the video when I was on Blitz City last night, and I mean, of course, I said what I said on it, and I made the thumbnail to make sure that they knew that I thought it was full of shit. And oh man, they're just so delusional. How could you say such things? Because it's true. What have you done? You won the Big 12 4 times in 27 years. Oklahoma did it 14 times.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see.
Whoopty shit. I don't care. And I'm going to say what I want to say. I believe it. And look, man, I don't know where they're at. They have not been tested defensively yet. They haven't. So we're going to have to wait and see. When you go up against an offense, which I get it, you're not going up against a bunch of them, but you're going to go up against a couple. And toughness is going to be in it. To me, where Oklahoma is going to beat Texas is where they beat them last year. Physicality.
Yeah.
They're the more physical brand. That's it. That's what they're going to win on. That's what they've kind of always won on. Until towards the end of the Lincoln rivalry. How long you been an OU fan, Coach Rick's life?
Man, ever since I was kicking, ever since I came out kicking.
Me too, man.
All right, so it's 13-12 Kentucky. 13-12 Georgia. This is a pretty good game, man. This is a pretty good game.
Coach I and them are freaking chewing their nails off right now.
I never in a million years, man, thought that this game would be this close. I'm being honest.
An abdominal strain? It's not a Oh, abdominal strains can be hard to come back from.
That's 3 weeks.
Especially if you're a freaking pansy.
That's 3 weeks.
Easy.
Because not only that, he's got to get medically cleared. Medically cleared.
Get ready for Arch Manning time. I think Arch looks good tonight. He looked good from what I could tell. He might be better than Quinn, to be honest with you. He might be.
Well, but they got one more game, and then they have a bye week, correct?
2 games in a bye week.
Oh, yeah.
But they're playing Monroe, and then they're playing Mississippi State. So kind of 2 bye weeks and then a bye week.
And then a bye week. So he might have got hurt, hate to say that, at the right time. Because one thing they were going to do, they were going to throw him back in there if they played Oklahoma. They're going to throw him back in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, that's tough, man. That's tough. Well, it lets Arch get baptized on the fire.
Here's the thing, though. They are not going. And somebody said it in here a minute ago. Whoever it was, props to you. They're not going to have played anybody by the time they get to the Oklahoma and Georgia back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, and that's a nasty.
And that's your first taste of adversity doesn't come until week 6, 7. That's tough, man. That's tough. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes. But I would just tell you that it isn't going to be the same. And this defense is the real deal. That's the thing is I do believe I've told you guys for all summer. I've told you even since all these injuries and stuff, I'm not worried about this offense. No, I'm not worried about this offense because I know they'll get it together. Number one. Number two, why would you worry? They come up and when's the last time we actually saw a defense that'll make a play when they have to?
Consistently. A consistent defense.
Facts. Look, was anybody afraid of Houston going down and scoring really last week? Because I wasn't.
I told you I wasn't. If you didn't do it all game and you don't change anything, you can't do it.
And Donovan Smith is as athletic as anybody in the Big 12 as far as quarterbacks are concerned. He's been good. You know, he was number 2 in the league for yardage and scoring last year. He was that guy. They just suck. Anyway, yeah, I agree with you, Electrician Rich, but they're not going to change all that shit. I'm just telling you. What's up, man? Yes, I'm still high on Jackson Arnold. Did you watch him today there, USCJ? Did you watch him? He looked better. He made some big plays. Answer your USC friend.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm listening. What's up, Jay? All right, guys. About time to get out of here. I'm supposed to be on the snap count here in a little bit. Ooh, we got a ball game here too. 13-12, 8 minutes left in the game here.
Yep.
I'll watch a pick 6. You saw one. Okay, yeah. They happen sometimes. He had a pretty good game though. That's one play. That's one play.
On that play, he got blitzed. He had his eye on Burks.
He still needs to do a better job. But
yeah, he got blitzed and he rushed it. He didn't have to throw that ball. There was
that's a freshman
nobody else
mistake,
behind
right?
him. There was nobody where that guy just blitzed from. He could have ran for at least 6-7 yards, but he just thought he can get it in there and he just threw a pick six.
Right.
But hey, anyway, man, you enjoy
I
your
gotta get
night,
over to
man.
the snap count. I appreciate you coming on and helping me out with this. We'll know.
No
Folks,
problem,
if you haven't
man.
already hit that like button, I'm looking in here. We got 24 likes. We've had freaking 500 people in this stream, and we've got 24 likes.
Wow.
Come on, man. Come on. It amazes me.
Well,
You guys got to help us out. Come on now. I don't ask for super chats or any of that other shit. I love it when you do them, but I don't ask for them. Hook it up. Hit the damn like button. Come on now. All right, man. Hey, Jay, appreciate you coming in. Appreciate everybody for popping in here. Throw them horns down for everybody, too. And, hey, we will make sure that you get over to Coach Ricks's. It's in the description here. Make sure you get over to his channel and become a subscriber if you haven't already. He's definitely putting out some great content. We'll catch you tomorrow, Coach Ricks.
All right, man. Take care, bud, man. Y'all have a good one, bud.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, Pop.
All right, guys. Appreciate everybody coming in. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. We'll see you on the next one.